Thus saith the Lord God. Unto these bones, behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and ye shall live. Seen a man rise from the dust, shit glorious in my sight. Never yield, I'm indebted to that old Lord Christ. Can't let them colors fly, only blood will suffice. Tried to vibe my brethren, I'ma put it in his life. Is you gonna endure? Damn right, I need that white gold with them stones. Look like Nazareth and ice. Shit, the time until the bones are healed and we live again.
This shit right here for the cold-blooded killers and the gangsters vibe. But the hoes love it, break it for a $5 T. Spend a whole 100, no stunting. This is for the niggas that need more money. I done stopped the rebel from putting several in the casket. He throwing everybody involved if I ask it. So don't make me get a word. I'm scared of what he might do. Don't make me build a nerve. Down in your lawn, feel like it's the beginning of the purge. Look, it's like I'm all out of options. Hard being a killer with a conscience. Ginger ale and ice with tequila talking nonsense. Cause beef ain't really no beef. Till there's no more sleep, do a drill, we do a drill. Ours Mozambique, 2 to the body, 1 to the head, fuck it, on repeat. 1 West, you know them cult leaders are running the street.
Seen a man rise from the dust, shit glorious in my sight. Never yield, I'm indebted to that old Lord Christ. Can't let them colors fly, only blood will suffice. Tried to vibe my brethren, I'ma put it in his life. Is you gonna endure? Damn right, I need that white gold with them stones. Look like Nazareth and ice. Shit, the time until the bones are healed and we live again. Life changed with the seasons, all praise to the author. I got a limited power, war with me, why bother? I know Mr. Mayhem in Chicago. Play, I drop shit like a toddler. Make that Glock speak like Tommy, leave him cold, call me Martin. I done seen Benjamin turn many men into monsters. Lay that lamb down, I feel like Benjamin Barker. Lord, I pray salvation sweet like peach cobbler. Right now I need a bankroll thick like Miss Parker. As I enter the darkness, the truth the only way. Death a slim chance, but it hit like Colin Ray. Heard that demon on my shoulder and I told him not today. And so I try to stay focused, I ain't even boasting. Cause all that ghost shit hypnosis. And you ain't gotta talk shit when everybody know it. You ain't even ride or you talking, yeah, the bus boys are poets. It's a thin line between love and hate, that's why I got involved. Just pick this bad bitch up like Rodney Smalls. Threw that burden on my shoulder like Samoa Ross. Shit, I obey the orders, that's why I overcame it all. Seen a man rise from the dust, shit glorious in my sight. Never yield, I'm indebted to that old Lord Christ. Can't let them colors fly, only blood will suffice. Tried to vibe my brethren, I'ma put it in his life. Is you gonna endure? Damn right, I need that white gold with them stones. Look like Nazareth and ice. Shit, the time until the bones are healed and we live again. Turn me up a little bit. Gonna make them feel it. Make 144 the rebel, nigga. Look. The key to survival is formality. And I ain't worried about my rivals, they just casualties. I bring his heart on the platter like Applebee's. Let him lose control, I bet his soul lose gravity. A beast, blood in my teeth, I got them all beat. Circulate that paper with my niggas like Black Wall Street. You know revenge, my love. Yeah. 2 twin Glocks and send your ass to sandstone like the Isley brothers. Better take deep cover. I make them clap back and forth like 2 wives that despise each other. Shit, get into that bag, got the refrigerator full of color. Hey, this that gun smoking gold butter. Handing these little things to my Lord, get a look to kill. I need a bad bitch that look legit. If real recognize real, I should look familiar. Fire in my back in the lobby, I burn down the building. Back on that ass, in case these niggas need proof. They all my sons, I took them all to preschool. He and his feelings better be cool, cause I chew that beef up. Show my tongue, now it's seafood. And brought that all to your burial, I'm the pallbearer. This my shit, I sit in the throne like a lawn chair. All fair, warfare. Shit, Diamondback AR. Work that bitch like a guitar player. Turn down. Fucking with home, huh? Fucking with home. Told me, motherfucker. They tell them niggas turn down. Told them boys, hold on, you playing with them. West Coast leader shit. You better tell them niggas turn down. Ain't it beautiful up on that fire as usual? Hey, look, hey, tell them niggas turn down. You hear what I'm saying? Yeah, go ahead. If it ain't that serious, why you hysterical? I survived when niggas died, it's a miracle. Took a loss, but payback's a bitch. She the love of my life, I make her sing like Erica. These niggas weak on the frail side. I leave them wetter than a whale ride. UPK Hellboy, bring the hellfire. If I can't get a piece of heaven, I'm on hell's side. And in the end, I'll be undefeated, Lord, I promise. Shit, I bleed for the creed like Adonis. Cowards don't get acknowledged. You break the oath, boy, you know the price. We ride together, we die together. Bad boys for life. I get what he want. Better chill, chump. Run this shit like Forrest Gump. Cause you think I'm playing. Glock with me, that's my Jenny. No leg, yeah. 17 round roll on you like Lieutenant Dan. Turn down. What I'm saying? Told me, motherfucker. They tell them niggas turn down. Think I got glory coming. You think I did all this shit for nothing? You better tell them niggas turn down. Coward ass motherfucker. Hey, look, hey, tell them niggas turn down. You hear what I'm saying? Yeah, go ahead.
Turn to hell, I gotta stay alive. Lord have mercy on my soul, stand by my side. I killed the old man and I watched him die. Lost a couple niggas, guess he wasn't my round. Hey, play my niggas, lay you down, they all down the ride. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay alive. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. Tell me we don't live in hell. My brother doing 55 in that cell. Nigga claiming he your round, he'll spin shell. Same nigga you put on to hit the stand and tell. How the fuck you turn your back on a nigga that love you? Treat your kids like my kids, treat you like a brother. I told my dog, let's leave the streets to serve the most high. He said, fuck that shit, he tryna sell another pie. His daddy killed him, put him in the trunk, set him on fire. His wife was pregnant, he ain't never get to see his child. Had me thinking to myself, what happened if I die? Look my babies in the eyes, I gotta stay alive. I put my ego on the shelf and my pride to the side. I'm with some niggas who gon' step and got God on their side. Got in the ISUPK, they keep asking me why. As I do the work of the Lord, I gotta stay alive. Face the east and pray aloud. I seen heaven turn to hell, I gotta stay alive. Lord have mercy on my soul, stand by my side. I killed the old man and I watched him die. Lost a couple niggas, guess he wasn't my round. Hey, play my niggas, lay you down, they all down the ride. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay alive. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive.
You ever pump a pack with a snake by your side?
Yes, I
Seen
did.
a man reach out to God before he died?
Yes, I did.
I know the Lord forgive us for these sins, but I'm starting to think the kingdom of heaven is for these kids. I told my daughter, there's one man in your bed, I won't stand for left. For my son, I hit your head, on that fragile leg. I lost some niggas to that dope, I lost niggas to the feds. Remember Jono tried to stick me for that cheese on that bread, yeah. I was thuggin' with Lucky, that nigga left me for dead. Endure to the end, cause I listened to what was said. Mother told me she loved me when she was sick up in the bed. I was running them streets, but the truth made me a man. Shit, I don't really speak, cause she'll never understand. That's why I ain't even tell her about these voices in my head. I'm still trying to manage my anger like Uncle Craig.
I see heaven turn to hell, I gotta stay alive. Lord have mercy on my soul, stand by my side. I killed the old man and I watched him die. Lost Lost a couple niggas, guess he wasn't my round. Hey, play my niggas, lay you down, they on down the ride. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay alive. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive.
Me and my niggas prepared for the dog. You hear me? So we gon' get it on for the last days, nigga. You already know what it is. 140 for the rubber.
They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. Earn your stripes, dog. You with us or not? We can get it on when it's on. It don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. It's a problem, tell them pop off. I die for I let my colors fly, boy. For a nigga take me, they a drop dead. AR, clean them up like a mop head. Say he cool, he bad, he really so tough. They like, damn, look what he did to Billy go rough. Little bitch, think she Kiki Palmer, silly hoe. She know I'm that bull, but I ain't from Philly though. From the city where they say about that ribbon like Perry Pooch. Know them niggas plotting, gotta deal with me. Can't catch me slipping, got to steal with me. Just left Alabama, bought a chopper from some hillbill move. He made my feel the blade. Leave them all bruised, come through like a plague. Rebel off the leash like a dog out the cage. Call me Johnny Blaze on Run West May. Watch your step get stretched like a limousine. So my brother bring that blade back wet. That's by any little nigga, this that cult need to talk. Niggas know I got blood in my cup. I just sip it like it's grenadine. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. On your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the build, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out. Tell them niggas good night, here come the bitch. Look, told them niggas get right or get left. UPK bad man, I pin to your flesh. Hellboy, rip the soul out of dead man shit. Got the rate, the power, I been the showstopper. Yeah, they might hate, but I know they gon' watch. Zone on lock, and you know the flow prop. Iced out, got the drip out of David Jones lock. Know I got the plan, they say that you the man. No shit, Sherlock, I'm the one you heard about. Burn down the building, let them all watch. Throw that one west up, then I swear. Sick with this shit, I do not need a detox. He don't watch a step, blow him out them Reeboks. We taking over, I'm sending the word out. Can't see me, little nigga, I put you in a bird box. Look, it's One West practical, gladiator, maximum. Creep on them slow, but that Glock 5 rapid. All I want is more power, more straps to blow. Ain't got excuse for no car, he gon' have to go. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. On your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out.
Carnival concert. Alright, sir. Okay.
Busy, man, busy, man.
So they call me, tell me she's sick. I say, I wonder why. Been running it up and giving a shit. I think she switching sides. They want me to fail, leave me in hell. I keep my head to the sky. Yeah, no coward, never let your colors fly. I'm on that shit till I die. I stand on that shit till I die. Yeah, I'm on that shit till I die. Been way too long, now it's my time. I ain't letting nothing slide. Yeah, I'm on that shit till I die. I stand on that shit till I die. They getting down, or we taking ground. I'm on that shit till I die. I just did the math. If I stay on point, yeah, I can cash out 2 weeks. Then fly out to Vegas, kick up my feet, my bitch like mission complete. Niggas ain't real, they sweet. They like a kiss on the cheek. Ain't going for shit, I'm loaded and locking and knocking that shit on repeat. Just split up a check on my brothers tomorrow. We paint the city black. I'm dropping hits, pull up his list. I should do a cinematic. Little nigga, I been a threat, but you knew that. Try to cat, why you do that? I just bounced back for the 3rd time. She like, damn man, how you do that? Fuck the rap, I want direct, you be a superstar. I'm in the kitchen, cooking the classic. hand in the cookie jar. Hand for the cookie. Check my profile and stay with soldiers. It's on my avatar. About to pull up the car, she breaking the names. I'm French as a salad bar. So they call me, tell me she's sick. I say I wonder why. Been running it up and giving it shit. I think she switches sides. They want me to fail, leave me in hell. I keep my head to the sky. Yeah, no coward, never let your colors fly. I'm on that shit till I die. I stand on that shit till I die. Yeah, I'm on that shit till I die. Been way too long, now it's my time. I ain't letting nothing slide. Yeah, I'm on that shit till I die. I stand on that shit till I die. They getting down, or we taking ground. I'm on that shit till I die. Two things I hate is a hoe and a fake nigga speculation. When I get the power, bitch, I'ma make the rules and the regulations. Never tap me on the shoulder, boy, I promise I'm not hesitating. Got critical rounds in the Glock, check 'em in like a reservation. Now stand on this shit, the man on this bitch, look at my reputation. The modesty game did make renovations. I ain't waiting, bitch, I been patient. Tell them fake niggas that they number up. One West fuck a runner up. Told them that the way was over, we taking over, that should sum it up. No count, ain't giving nothing up. One time, we can drum it up. AK load 100 up. Saying winning, I ain't won enough. Now know she love how I'm coming up. I see it in the eyes, say she wanna ride, tuck her pride like a button up. So they call me, tell me she's sick. I say I wonder why. Been running it up and giving it shit. I think she switches sides. They want me to fail, leave me in hell. I keep my head to the sky. Yeah, no coward, never let your colors fly. I'm on that shit till I die. I stand on that shit till I die. Yeah, I'm on that shit till I die. Been way too long, now it's my time. I ain't letting nothing slide. Yeah, I'm on that shit till I die. I stand on that shit till I die. They getting down, or we taking ground. I'm on that shit till I die.
Look, the fire's coming. Are you ready for the fire?
Wait, hold on, nigga. He say he the man, well, I'm the rep. Put some respect on my name before I step in your lane, get my roll on, nigga. Yeah, you know what it is, nigga. 144 big soldier, nigga. Long time coming, nigga. I am the rep. Slow the time with my apron. The kingdom only for the takers. He ain't built, I'ma break him. Drop the ball, good as gracious. I handle baby like a player. I got her thinking she my favorite. I pick them, name them different flavors. My Glock ain't coming with a safety. I'm ready to ride. Acing the threats, some ch-
Shalom, y'all. Bashem, y'all. Shabrakatah. It's Priest and Officer 59 of y'all coming at you with the Monday night scripture breakdown class. Right, and as you can see from the title, man, yes, color matters, and it's in the Bible. Why does it matter? Because if it didn't matter, we wouldn't be getting treated the way that we do. And we all know this just from being Negroes in America, from being Hispanic or Native Indigenous people here in America, right? We wouldn't, have a white Christ or a white God, right? Wouldn't have white angels, little baby angels with wings on their back if color did not matter. The reason why it matters is because it's being described in the Bible as a depiction of someone, right? But here, in the oppressor's world, he has depicted Christ as being an oppressor, a pale skinned man, a pale monster, right? The same thing for the Most High. He's done it to him, to the angels, right? To even down to us, the Israelites, the true Israelites of the Bible are blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indigenous people. But according to America's knowledge, America's teaching, they have been whitewashed, right? According to the Renaissance, what is that? What does this Renaissance mean? It's like a renewing of something. So they repainted all of the prophets in the Bible, all of the angels in the Bible, Christ and the Most High. They have been repainted as being a European man, right? And you can also find that in the book of First Maccabees, right, chapter 3 and verse 48, and that's in the Apocrypha, right? Which means hidden, means hidden books, right? In fact, that's gonna be the first precept I'm gonna go in today. This will be the first one I show y'all just to prove just to prove the point of the world that we live in is it's like a hologram. It's been made up. You know, it's not really real life for us anyway. Now I'm saying it's not real life because of the way that we are being treated. Because blacks, Hispanics, Native, Indigenous people are the greatest people on this earth. And let nobody tell you anything different. We are better than everybody, anything that we do, which is why they painted everybody a European man, right? Or according to this Bible, they painted everyone a European. Because if a black man seeing that Christ was black, seeing that the Most High was black, the angels are black, the Israelites are black, then black people will start to look at each other as something that's greater than what the world deemed as good. Be greater than the dust that we walk in, because that's what we're being treated like here in America. When we have to look at each other and see Christ, we look at each other and see him, then we'll start treating each other better, man. And that's why color matters. If it didn't matter, Christ's color wouldn't be changed. The prophets in the Bible, their color would not have been changed because they want to look at the oppressor as the greatest man that ever lived, the greatest person that ever walked this earth. When in reality, he is a beast, he's a monster, a liar, a false prophet. And I know we all see it today. We all see Joe Osteen in that pulpit trying to preach lies. And any other white Salakia, any other oppressor that's in that pulpit teaching you some disgusting, lascivious lies, man. And the same thing for the black pastors that's out there, because they going right along with them. And you can't tell me that's anything different from being a oppressor, man. Because what does the oppressor do? He oppresses the people and teach them lies. Right? Like I said, man, we're going to the book of First Maccabees. All right, just to prove the point that the oppressor is the devil, man. Salakia, let me get there. All right. It's the book of First Maccabees. Like I said, you can find this in the Apocrypha, man. In the Apocrypha, which means hidden book. They took it out of the Bible because they didn't want you to know that the New Testament, that the Old Testament and the New Testament are the same. And this here book here puts them together. They separated it to make you think it's two different things, three different things. When this Bible, this Apocrypha is the Bible, man. This is what brings the New Testament and the Old Testament together. I said it backwards, but the Old Testament and the Apocrypha, what they took out, and the New Testament, this is what merges them together. Right? It's the book of First Maccabees, Salakia, chapter 3 and verse 48. And they laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images, man. So the heathens took these holy scriptures after we were captured, being brought down to our lowest, man. After we were in captivity. You know what them heathens did, man? They took our holy book, our separate book, man. They took this Bible and defiled it. They defiled it by making the Christ white. By making Christ white. Well, an oppressor, a European man. They defiled it by making the angels a European, depiction. They defiled it by making the Most High a European. When in reality, in according to the scriptures, all of these men are black in today's time. In today's time, we're being called black. And I know it's somebody out there like, oh, we're not really black. We just, a different derivative of brown. That is true. But globally, we are known as what? As black people. Right? We have to get the distinction and understand that everybody does not think on the same, as what the conscious people say. so they can understand it. The same frequency is what they say, or they don't think the same way that a person that's knowledgeable about history or globally, global knowledge. We all know that we're known as Negroes or black. That's what we're known as globally. But scriptures, we're known as Israelites. That's for blacks, Hispanics, and native indigenous people, man. Right? We're gonna jump right into it. Next precept, next book, it's gonna be the book of Daniel. Right? Book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 9. This is something that's, it's out of the ordinary. It's just oblivious to the regular person. It's very, it's not common knowledge to understand that there's color in the Bible. So, and especially who we're about to describe right now. Right? Who we're about to describe is, it's like a farce and a fairy tale to someone who does not know anything about these scriptures, man. They would think I would be lying if I were to, read them anything out of the scripture that goes against their theology or against their thoughts, right? But according to the scriptures, like I said, color matters. What we depict someone as matters, because you can't tell me if some young black man goes down the street and he's being described as some gangbanger, and he's not. He won't feel some type of way. Oh, that's discrimination. You're making me feel some type of way, right? You're telling me I, robbed somebody and I didn't. Or I fit the description, though. Fit the description of someone that's robbing. See, your demeanor and to the oppressor is like minute. It doesn't really matter what we look like to him, because we all are the same. But according to this Bible, man, if you felt any type of way of, wanting to change it, it's impossible. Can't do that according to the scripture, man. According to the Bible, you cannot change what a person looks like. And I'm saying that because the oppressor took these people out of this Bible and depicted them as something else. They're added to and changing these scriptures, man, and the depictions of what we look like and what the people of this Bible looks like. Let's get to it, right? This book of Daniel, chapter 7, and verse 9. I beheld till the thrones were cast down. Right? The thrones is what? What are we talking about here? The sky. Thrones, right? And the Ancient of Days did sit. Who is the Ancient of Days? This is talking about the Most High. Said he took a seat, man. He sat down. So what does that mean? He has a body. Can't sit if you don't have a body. Right? Whose garment was white as snow. So he wore a garment. Spirits don't wear garments. That's what they say. He has a body, though. Spirit has a body. So he's wearing a garment as white as snow, and his hair on his head were like Slakia, and the hair on his head like the pure wool. Who is known for having woolly hair? In fact, let me rephrase that. Where does wool come from? Sheep. Sheep has woolly hair. It's very thick, very hard to comb through. Right? He has really, really thick curls, right? Let's read on. And another thing, who is known for having woolly hair? Negroes. Negroes are known for having woolly hair. Hispanics, native indigenous people. Well, I'm not saying that, because if you look around the world, know anything about global history, you know that we all have woolly hair, man. Negroes specifically, because that's, what's being said. Negroes have very woolly hair, right? I can't necessarily say the joke online, but there's a joke where, it says if you stick a Negro to to the ceiling, his hair would cling to it, meaning his hair is like Velcro. It's very thick, very is a very hard thing to comb through, is what they say. Salakia, right? We are known for having woolly hair. Black people have some of the thickest hair, right? Just like a sheep, right? Let's continue. Salakia, all right? Is that it on that? Salakia. Let's keep going. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels like a burning fire, man. Meaning this chariot that he was sitting on was fly, man. That was fire. Some heat he got going on sitting down on, right? Just like Negroes when they get a car, what they do? Put some 24s on it, some 32s, riding clean, man, on some rims, some nice wheels, right? Slakia. Next precept, we're gonna stay in the book of Daniel, right? We're gonna go to verse 10, I mean chapter 10, and verse 6. This book of Daniel, chapter 10 and verse 6. And also the one that we just read is the description, the depiction of the Most High. What does that tell you? The Most High is black. He has a skin color. Even though in his world he is seen as an oppressor. But biblically, he is a colored man. He's a Negro, like a Negro. Not a Negro, but like, because he has the same skin tone. We have the same skin color. Right? So read on. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 10 and verse 6. His body also like the beryl. What is beryl? A derivative of brown. Right? Matter of fact, let's go up one. And I lifted my eyes, Slaki, and then I lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen, whose loins were girded with fine gold of Uphaz. Verse 6. His body also was like the beryl, meaning what? A derivative of brown. Very shiny, bright. All right? Let's read on. And his face as appeared as Slakia, as the appearance of lightning, and his eyes as lamps of fire. Right? So it's describing his face is like lightning, man. You can't see. Right? It's very bright. Right? And his eyes is like a flame of fire. Right? We all know when Negroes drink what? Our eyes naturally turn red. Right? Let's read on. And his arms and his feet like unto the Slakia, like in color to polished brass. You take a penny out your pocket, man, and you polish it up real good, make it look nice. What color is it? Brown. Brass is a derivative of brown. So don't let anybody tell you that color does not matter, man. Even down to Christ's description is what we're going to get to, right? It matters. Brass is a derivative of brown. Even if you look up burnished brass, it's black. It's dark. It's very dark. Right? Let's read on. His arms and his feet like unto Salakia, like in color to fine Salakia, like in color to polished brass, and his voice and the voice of his words like the voice of a multitude. Right? So meaning he had a very, very loud voice when he spoke. Right? Let's read on. Verse 7. And I, Daniel, also, Salakia, and I, Daniel, alone saw the visions, for the men that were with me saw not the vision, but a great quaking fell upon them. Meaning what? When Daniel saw this vision, man, these men around him, these men knew that the vision that he seen was of the Lord, man, was of the Holy Spirit. Meaning this is true. Right? Let's read on. But a great quaking fell upon them, so that they fled to hide themselves, meaning they were terrified, man. They were scared about this thing that was happening, right? They didn't know what was going on. They knew at that time that it was of the Lord. That vision that Daniel had, man, it was of the Most High. Meaning this is true. The Lord has given him a vision to show them that color matters, man. What the Most High looks like, it matters. Right? This is the Most High that he is describing in the book of Daniel, man. Right? Let's go on. Let's get some more. Let's get some more, man. This is only the tip of the iceberg, as what they say. This is only bits and pieces of it. Right? Because like I said, if color didn't matter, why is it in the Bible? Why is someone being described as being a derivative of brown or black in today's term? If it didn't matter, then the Most High's color would not have changed. Christ's color would not have changed. The angel's color wouldn't have changed. The Israelites' colors would not have changed according to this Bible if color did not matter. Because we are depicted as being brown, black, Hispanic, and Native Indigenous people, man. When we all know every person I just named have darker skin. We all are brown people, right? Let's read on. Let's go to the book of Revelation, right? And I know some Christians probably watching, well, oh, that's just, his holy version. Well, what are we talking about? Oh, his holy version is going to be black, but skin color don't matter. Thought it didn't matter, man. Let's read on. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13. Matter of fact, let's get one. Right? Because I believe we all know what Revelation means. Shalakia. I hope so. I mean 1 and 13, Shalakia. Right? The revelation of Jesus Christ, or Yahushua in the Hebrew, right? Which God gave unto him to shew unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John. So John is giving the revelation, right, of Jesus Christ. The reveal, right? Revelation means to reveal. And John is about to reveal what Christ looked like, man. And for you Christians out there, man, for you to say that the depiction here in the book of Revelation, chapter 1, to say that, oh, that's his holy throne, his holy form, right? That's something that he transformed into. His transformed body is what they say. Well, if it's transformed, then black must be holy. Black must be great. To be of a darker skin tone must be a wonderful thing, according to Christians. Because if it's his glorified body, why didn't he turn white? I mean, a European man. Why didn't he turn of a lighter hue, a lighter color? But he decided to be black. What does that mean? That he was already a black man, right? In his glorified form, he stayed a black man. Right, let's get the depiction of Christ right here. All right, let's read on. Verse 13. In the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man. So the 7 candlesticks, right? The menorah, right? Which is here. Just to show you what it looks like. These 7 candlesticks is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Just a side note. The Jewish man, right? The small hats. I might get clipped for that. But the small hats have 9. That should tell you something. When this says in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, meaning the 7 is holy, the 9 is not. Right? in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, which also represents the 7 churches that were set up. Right? Let's read on. One alike, Salakia, one like unto the Son of Man, who is the Son of Man, this depiction of Christ. That's who he's talking about. He's talking about Christ. Clothed with a garment down to the foot. Right? So some of us wear garments. On garments, we have, on the holy days, we wear garments. Right? The high holy days, which is, certain feast days like Passover, we wear garments down to the foot, man. Let's read on. And girt about the paps with a golden girdle. So his golden girdle is his war belt. So he had this gold, girt about his paps, man, meaning around his stomach, right? To do what? What is a girdle made for? It's to protect the stomach area, right? And to hold his sword, right? That's warlike apparel, right? Let's read on. Like here. Clothed with a garment down to his foot and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. Right? So it's giving a description of what Christ is wearing. Right? Let's read on. Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white. Were white like wool, as white as snow, man. Meaning, if you see a old timer, what we call him today, we call him Unc, right? Or elder, as as you go down the line, as some older people may say, as an elder, right? Let's read on. It's like it. They have, a lighter hair texture. They say, oh, they get full of wisdom, but as we get older, some of our hairs turn white, right, or gray. Some people are like, oh, you got the salt and pepper. That's what they say, right? Let's read on. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, right? And his eyes was a flame of fire, right? What is this saying? Christ's eyes had a flame right in him. They say Christ was a wine bibber or he was a drunkard. Christ like to drink, man. Just like, we do. Some of us drink, right? And our eyes naturally turn red. Right? They say Christ was some drunk. When in reality, the Pharisees was drunk on lies, man. They try to go against Christ and tell him that try to disturb everybody away from Christ when he was sent by the Most High. Right? Trying to distract everybody to keep them on the same path that they was going, because they didn't want Christ to take their positions, man. Because he was going to strip them of it. And the people was going to follow after Christ, man. But somehow, the people decided that they didn't want Christ. That they wanted to keep the leadership that they had. Right? That's another topic for another day. Right? Let's read on. Like here. Verse 15. And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace. What does that mean, man? Christ's feet, his body, the rest of his body, because your feet cannot not match the rest of your body, man. Meaning your feet is the same color as your arms, your legs, your head. The rest of your body matches the same color of your feet. Right? It says, unto fine brass. What is brass? A derivative of brown, man. As if it burned in a furnace. Meaning Christ had dark skin, man. He had a very dark skin. He didn't have the light skin that they depict today. Right? Or it would be told in his Bible. It would be told in the description of Christ. Right? But it's not. And that's strike 2 for the oppressor, man. Let's read on. And his voice as the sound of many waters. If you look at the so-called depiction of Christ according to the world, that man does not look like he have a very deep voice or a loud voice, man. He doesn't. He looks like he speaks very softly and kind. When Christ spoke with authority, man, He spoke with a voice that had a meaning to it. So when he said something, it meant something. He didn't say, "Oh, just be soft and gentle." No, Christ spoke with authority, man. Meaning he meant exactly what he said. So when he said it, it meant do it, man. Get it done, right? Meaning when he said it, he had a very, very stern and loud voice when he spoke, right? Let's get some more, right? Go to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 1 and verse 5. And if you don't know, the angels are also black. They are also of a darker skin tone. They are also described in this Bible, man. And they look nothing like the oppressor depicts him to be. They are not little baby angels with pale skin with a bow and arrow in his hand. I believe that's Cupid. I might be getting this mixed up, but it looks the same to me. It looks exactly the same. And that's another thing about you oppressors, man. You make the angels little unclothed babies. That should tell you something. That should tell you something about the oppressor that he denies consistently. He is a PDF file. You should know that by now. The most cases has been brought up on that specific charge has been the oppressor, man. He is a disgusting and vile beast. That's why we shouldn't look at him as anything lower than the dirt, right? Which is also another reason why he changed the depiction of who the prophets, who Christ, and what the Salaki and what the Most High looks like, because he wants to be looked at as great, when in reality, man, he's disgusting. Right? Any chance I get, I'm gonna blaze on the oppressor, man, because he is disgusting. He's the way that we live the lives that we live, and that's another topic for another day, which is yet to come. His days are about to end, man. Right? Let's read on. Let's get the description of what the angels look like according to the Bible, man. This book of Ezekiel, chapter 1 and verse 5. Also out the Slakia. Also out of the midst thereof came the likeness of four living creatures. What is this saying? Out of the likeness, right? So out of the Slakia. Out of the likeness of four living Slakia. Let me get that back again. And out of the midst thereof came the likeness of four living creatures, man. Read on. Let's read on. And this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man. Right? So these four living creatures, in the mist or in the sky, they had the likeness of a person, of a grown person. Not a baby, not some tiny child, not a kid, not some young adult, instead of a man. Right? Not some baby flying around in the sky with a bow and arrow and little tiny wings on his back. So if it says a man, it has to be older than a baby. Can't be a child, or I would say child. Right? It says the likeness of a man. Right? Let's read on. Verse 6. And every one had four faces. So you got one here and four other faces to go with it. Right? And I don't know if you ever seen like there's I believe there's one show called America's Got Talent, where someone came up there with one face and they would change it really fast and it'd be another face. Or be they would do it consistently. It's like a trick to them. Because in reality, some of us, if you're lucky enough, have entertained an angel. You didn't know it was one. You didn't know it was an angel. Has four different faces, man. Come and visit you, let you in, let them in. Just like Abraham did. Abraham was visited by two of them, by two angels. right? He didn't know. He thought they were regular men. Those angels said they was trying to go into the city, man, and Abraham did not want them to go there. He did not want them to visit into the city because he knew what was there, what was waiting in that city. And the angels allowed those people to see it, right? And that's another story for another day. But to shorten it, those are death angels, man. They were coming to destroy that city. And that city is what? Sodom and Gomorrah, man. They was coming to destroy that city. And Abraham let them in and fed them, clothed them with a house. Not physical clothes because they already had clothes, but he allowed them to go into his house, right? And in that time, this is a sidebar, kind of drifting off the sidebar. But those men came and visited him, after they seen the angels enter into his house. Abraham tried to offer them his daughter. They didn't want the daughter. They wanted the men, man. So you know it's disgusting and vile of how these Levitical men and women act because it's disgusting, right? It's an abomination unto the Lord, man. But let's get back on topic because color matters, right? And that's the topic of today. Color matters and it's biblical, right? Let's get back to it, right? And every one had four faces and every one had four wings. So not only did they have four faces, they had four wings, man. Right, let's read on. Verse 7. And their feet were straight feet, meaning, it's like it, let's read on. And the sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot. So we all know that calf's foot are soft, man. It's like you. I don't know if you ever seen a baby calf when it's born, but they have really soft feet, right? So they need time for that to heal up to make them hard for them to walk on. But their feet, right? So they had straight feet like a person. And the sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot. And they sparkled with the color of burnished slaka, and they sparkled like the color of burnished brass. Meaning they were dark skinned, man. I don't know if you ever looked up burnished brass, but it's almost like this cup here. It's almost like unto this cup of burnished brass. Right? So meaning what? That the angels had dark skin. In today's time, they would be called black. They would be black men, according to this Bible. They would look black. They wouldn't be white. They wouldn't have, some European man. They wouldn't be any tiny baby floating around naked with wings. That's not described here. But I know it is. A black man is. A black person is being described here. These angels are black, according to the Bible. They are not some tiny baby angel floating around in the sky. Right? Let's get some more. Right? We all know that the Most High is black. We also know that the angels are black. And Christ is black. Let's figure out who else is black according to the Bible, man. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 14 and verse 2. Judah mourneth, man. Judah is in mourning right now, suffering from the oppression that we have, the unaliving that we have in our communities, the drugs that's being pushed on our people, man. Right? Let's read on. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. And who is the gates, man? Our leaders. Our leaders languish, man. We don't have any type of protection. We don't have anyone that's going to stand up for us. Right? We don't have a military. We don't have any type of force that's going to come up against the oppressor and let him know that we are being mistreated other than the ISUPK, man. And that's why it's very imperative that we, right, understand that the ISUPK is the only truth because we're the only ones standing up for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indigenous people. consistently. We have been the only ones to do it. And not one president has done it. And you can look that up on your own. Out of the 45 presidents, 46 or 47, however many presidents that America has had, they have always promised to do something for black people. And it's always been negative. Never anything good. Never. Right? Let's read on. And the gates thereof languish. Right? A gate is made to hold things out or keep something within. And we don't have a gate encamped around us to protect us from the monsters, man, from the beasts that walk around this earth, man. We don't have protection from the oppressors, and whether they be European, African, right, Asian, and we all learned that recently that Asian people also hate white, so like hate black people, right? We also learned that the Ishmaelites, the Arabs, they also hate black people, man. That's why we are not to be around them. We are not to be friends with them. We cannot befriend the enemy and expect him to be kind to us because he is a devil, right? Let's read on. They are black unto the ground. Who is black? Judah is black unto the ground, man. If you take a shovel, you dig into the dirt, man. What color is the dirt that you dig up? Brown. You keep going, it get more brown. You might hit some clay. That's a derivative of brown, man. You keep going, it get lighter. That's brown. It's black people according to the Bible, man. Black unto the ground. Right, let's read on. And the cry of Jerusalem is gone up. Meaning the cries, our cries, now the Lord is starting to hear it, man. As we get closer to understanding that we no longer are being protected by America that claims to be for the world or claims to be for black people, when we all should know that they are not. We all should know by now that these other nations encamped around us are not for us, but for their well being, for their children to go to college. They don't see us going anywhere outside of our neighborhoods. They want to see us perish or get unalived by each other, which is why it's imperative to be brotherly or sisterly to one another because nobody else does. Right? It's imperative that we look at other black men, Hispanic and Native Indigenous men, women, and children as something that's greater because nobody else does. See, the oppressor, he looks at himself, so their selves, and see something in them that us black people, right, us Israelites, his black, Hispanic, and Native Indigenous people don't, because we have not been taught it. We're not taught to look at each other as something that's better or great. We look at each other and see something that can be used, when in reality, we're supposed to lean upon each other to help fix each other's households, fix each other's neighborhoods, fix each other's conditions, period. We're supposed to look at each other and see greatness. But the oppressor has taught us to be like him and oppress each other by selling each other drugs, being unbrotherly to one another, unaliving each other in the streets like animals. They want us to be like animals, man. They want us to be like beasts because a lion hunts, an eagle hunts, right? And a gorilla beats down. He takes over communities, territories, and that's what he wants us to treat each other like. He wants us to treat each other like animals, man. And we are not to do that. We are not to treat each other like beasts. We are to be kind to one another. We are to treat each other like something because if we don't, nobody else will, man. And that's in these scriptures. And that's why color matters. Because if it did not matter, Martin Luther King would not be unalive. Rosa Parks would not have been put in jail. And that's just a few examples, man. We all should understand that who we are matters. The way we look matters. The way the way that we're depicted in this Bible matters. The angels matter. The Most High matters. Christ matters, according to this Bible, of what they look like. Right? Let's go on. The Israelites matter, man, because they are black. There are blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indigenous people, man. They are us, and we are them. And we cannot look at each other as trash, man. We cannot do that because it's not lawful to do so. Right, let's get some more. Right, let's gonna go to the book of Song of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 5. Right, we all know who Solomon is, right? They say Solomon was white too. But the Bible says something that is completely opposite of what they teach, of what they say, because the Bible says that he was also a black man. He is also, an Israelite. Right? Let's get that. Right? All right. It's the book of Song of Solomon. Book of Song of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 5, man. I am black. It said right in the first sentence. It says, I am black, man. This is King Solomon saying he is black. All right, let's read on. All right. But comely, meaning black and beautiful. Solomon is saying he is black and beautiful, man. O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, and as the curtains of Solomon. Meaning that he was very dark, man. You ever seen a black goat? He was dark, man. He had very dark skin. Right? Let's read on. Verse 6. Look not upon me because I am black, but because the sun have looked upon me, my mother's children were angry with me, that they made me the keeper of the vineyard, but mine own vineyard I have not kept. Right? He's saying that like, man, he was very dark, man. The sun looked upon him like he got burnt. Right? As growing up, I don't know, but I know I was picked on for being dark skinned. Oh, you look like you burnt, man. You was too long in the oven. Being black is a beautiful thing, man. This is what gives us confidence. This is what builds nations, man. Understanding that being black and beautiful is a thing to be loved. It's a beautiful thing to see that even the prophets in the Bible, a very known well king of Israel, is saying he is black and beautiful, man. Meaning it's a wonderful thing. It's a great thing to be black, man. When in reality, it's the greatest thing to ever, to happen. Because here in America, we are looked at as less than, man. We're looked at as nothing. We're looked at as trash. But according to these scriptures, man, we're beautiful. We're a beautiful people. Right? Let's get some more. Right? We're going to go to the book of Job. Right? Chapter 30 and verse 30. All right. Lock here. This is the book of Job. Chapter 30 and verse 30. Lock here. That's 31. Here we go. My skin, this is the book of Job, chapter 30 and verse 30. My skin is black upon me, and my bones are burned with heat, man. So this is Job saying that he is burned, man. He is black. So he's so black, his bones is black. It's down to the bone, man. This is him saying he is a black man, man. He is not, some European man. He is not of a lighter hue. He is black. Right? Let's get some more. Go to the book of Acts, chapter 13, verse 1. This is the book of Acts, chapter 13, and verse 1. Now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas, and Simeon, that was called Niger. They was called Niger, man. What does that mean? So these prophets, man, they was in Antioch, out there in Greece, I believe. And they are saying they was called Niger. Right? Which means what? It means black. The prophets were called black. Right? They was called Niger. And Lucius and Slacken and Lucius of Cyrene and Medium, which had been brought up with Herod the Terrorach and Saul. Man, these men were black, man. Barnabas and Simon were black men. They were called Niger. And if you look up the word, it says nigger. Slakia. Hopefully we don't get clipped because of that. But that's what they were called, man. They called them black. They weren't called anything else. They weren't called, pale or red. Like Esau is. Esau was red and hairy all over, like a hairy garment. And he was bright red. Like a chimpanzee, not a chimpanzee, but a baboon. Some baboons are born with a red face and hairy like a garment, man. That's how he was described. But here, Barnabas and Simon is being described as Negroes, man. Being described as black. Multiple prophets in the Bible have been, what is it? Not mistreated. I can't think of the word that I'm looking for right now, but they have been described as heathens, right? Or Ethiopians, which is a heathen. But Ethiopians have dark skin, and so do the prophets. That's something that we should all, take to a certain extent and understand that color matters, man. According to this scripture, color is a thing that latches us to this Bible. Not only color, but the way that we live latches us to this Bible, man. It belongs to us and nobody else, man. In fact, I'll show you a few things that happen in our communities that plagues our communities. There's nowhere else. But you can find it consistently in the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indigenous community, man. You can find that all through our neighborhoods, all through our lives. We can tell you something that I'm about to read to you that has happened to us, man, as a nation. Right? Like it. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 27 and verse 1. And Moses, with the elders of Israel, commanded the people, saying, keep all the commandments which I command you this day. So this is Moses talking to the elders, man. He telling them to go and tell the people to keep the commandments that he's about to write down. He's about to give to the people, man. He's about to give them something that they should keep and not put away. They should not throw these things away, which is something that's evil about the Christian church, man. The Christian church is known for destroying black communities, man. Black neighborhoods. They are known for it. And yet they sit on every corner. They sit on every corner of the black, Hispanic, and Native indigenous community and continue to destroy it. No matter what type of money is flowing in there. No matter if we're paying our tithes on time. But yet, black people are still starving, still strung out on drugs, man. They're still suffering from the oppressor's hand, from the things that he has dumped into our communities. And yet, this is our only way to get out of that, man, is by keeping the commandments, by loving each other, by not sleeping with each other's wives, not unaliving each other because we looked at each other a certain type of way, or because we stay on this block and you stay on that block, or you rep this color and I rep that color. We shouldn't want to steal from one another. We should want to be kind to one another, uplift one another. But yet we are not taught how to do that. But in the ISUPK, we are, man. And these are the things that are here because of our disobedience, man. Because of our lack of knowledge, not knowing who we are. We have disobeyed the Lord, man. Which is why we think color doesn't matter. Which is why we go into these scriptures and say, oh, an oppressor wrote it. Right? We say the Bible is the Europeans man book. If you knew anything about this scripture, man, about this Bible, you would know that it's black people that's in here, man. We'll know that this book belongs to us and nobody else, man. Let's get it. Just to show you that it's us, man. The things that we are plagued with, the things that happen to us. It was black people that this happened to, man. It didn't happen to everybody. Right? And black people as a whole, Israelites as a whole, that's who it happened to. Right? Not just individuals, but as a whole, man. We experience what this feels like, man. Let's get it, man. This book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments, which I command you this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. So this is the Most High saying that these are the commandments, Salakia, that Moses is saying if we kept them, man, we'll be above all nations of the earth. Yet black people are not above all nations of the earth. Yet we're treated like the low, man, the base, right? Dirt, trash, right? The things that we see outside on the ground, we step on them. And that's how black people are treated, man. Right, let's get verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command you this day, that all these curses, right, shall come upon thee and overtake thee. What is a curse, man? What does a curse look like? Right? It's an invoking of a supernatural power, right? And that we have seen. We have seen the works of the Lord, man. We have seen the things that happen to us when we disobey him. So when we do obey him, according to this Bible, man, we have seen the Lord split the sea, make water come out of a rock, dissipate nations from the lands that he promised us to. But he has also punished us for when we made our disobedience known to the Lord, man. When we decided that we did not want to follow his commandments. Right? Verse 16. Curse shall that be in the city. Right? What does that look like, man? It said, curse shall that be in the city. Right? We can't even go to the store without being hunted down by the police, man, saying we fit the description. You fit the description of someone who robbed somebody, or you unalive someone. Let me tell you something, black man, Hispanic and Native indigenous people. We don't fit the description. The oppressor does, though. But we are being hunted, man. For our disobedience, the oppressor has become to reign over top of us, man. He has trodden down on us, made us look at each other as worse, as terrible people, man. That's the reason why we treat each other like dirt, is because the oppressor has taught us how to do it. But because of it, because we disobeyed the Lord, we are now being, cursed in the city, man. We can't go throughout our city and be safe. We can't, not walk down the street and be looked at by the police, wondering if we have warrants being brought up upon us because we so-called fit the description. Or we can't go into stores and wonder why that the clerk or some, secret shopper is following us around the store, trying to get us out of the store, saying, hurry up and buy. Right? As we see very recently, man, very recently, the brother Cyrus Carmack Belton was hunted down, man, by the oppressor, by an Asian man, because they said that he was stealing waters. Right? Yet they came out of the store after they knew that he didn't take anything, and they chased him down and shot that brother in the back. That's what it's like being cursed in the city, man. Let's get on. Let's get some more. And cursed shall that be in the field, man, in the work field, man. We are last, higher, and first to be fired, man. We are not looked at as we should hire them because it looks good. In reality, they don't want to hire us, man. They don't want us to work at their jobs, to work in their corporate positions, to work in their offices, to work in their political offices. Why? Because we don't look good to them. We don't fit the description. We don't look like good people to them. When in reality, we are the best people on this earth, man. Let's get some more. Verse 17, cursed shall be thy basket and thy store, man. So the things that we buy don't belong to us, according to the oppressor, man. It don't belong to us. The stores that we run have become run down because they have bought it up under our feet. Right? Some houses have been foreclosed on, and some oppressor has found a way to steal the deed or steal the house from you or steal the land that your store sits on or that your house sits on, man. Let's get some more. Verse 32. Right? Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people. What does that look like, man? Child services. When social services called on us because we have to work 52 hours a week to put a roof over our children's head so they are not outside. 52 hours a week, consistently, no days off. Only time we get to go home is to sleep and go right back to work. That's oppression, man. We got to work paycheck to paycheck in order to eat, in order to keep a roof over our heads. When in reality, the food should be free. The water that we drink should be free. But yet, we have to live in this oppressive world when child services is called on us because we can't afford to stay home and be with our children. Or we're going to lose this house. Or we're going to starve and be thirsty because we can't afford it. Right? Let's get some more. Right? And thine eye shall look and fill with longing for them all the day long. Meaning, we're going to look at them and just weep because we don't have no power, man. We can't do nothing about it when child services come knock on that door and take our children, even knowing that we're doing the best that we can. The best. And very recently, we have seen ICE raid homes and snatch children, fathers, mothers out of their homes and drag them away. When in reality, America would be nothing without the immigrants, according to their standards, right? Because who built their homes? Who picked the food that we needed in the grocery store? That they needed, Slocket, that they needed in the grocery stores. The immigrants did. Who's going to stand out there in that blazing sun? The oppressor isn't. The oppressor is not going to go out in that blazing sun and make sure there's food being produced for the grocery store. I've seen it with my own eyes. He will not survive out there. He won't. But the Hispanics did. They did pick food. They did make sure grocery stores had their produce. And yet the oppressor has implanted ICE agents in order to take away their rights, to take away them from their families, to kidnap children on the way home from school. And you can blame the oppressor for that, man, for stealing our children, for stealing our mothers and our fathers from our homes, man. We, as a nation of people, have to understand that this is not for us. This world that we live in will only continue to oppress us consistently, man. Right, let's get some more. Right, this is why it's very imperative, man, for us to follow these law, statutes, and commandments, man, because this oppressor shows himself to be a devil consistently throughout our lives. Right, let's get some more. And all the day long, and there shall be no might in thine hand. Meaning, when that ICE agent come knock on our doors, man, and snatch us out of our homes, kidnap our children, our mother, our father, man, we can't do nothing about it. Nothing. Because our Gates language, man. We don't have any type of protection. We don't have anyone that's going to look upon us and ask us, how are we doing? Do we need help? Right? What's the problem, brother, sister? Do you need anything? The oppressor doesn't do that. He says, you fit the description. Put your hands behind your back. Matter of fact, give me your wallet. Oh, he got a gun. And blow you down right in the street. After he told you, you fit the description, then he gave you a command. Put your hands behind your back. He give you another command. Matter of fact, give me your wallet. And then he say he's reaching for a weapon and proceeds to open fire on you. Why am I saying this? Because he has done it on camera. On camera. All right, let's get some more, man. Verse 48. Therefore thou shalt serve thine enemies, man, which the Lord shall send against thee. Meaning we had disobeyed the Lord, man. And a nation of people has came up against us. And who was that? The oppressor, man. Oh, Slakia. I mean to shout the chat out earlier today. Slakia. Get to that. Got sister Matana. Got sister Yasmin. Got sister Thaina. I've got daughter from Zion. We also got sister Nashama Shalom Yahushua Bashim Yahushua. We got brother Adam from out of Greenville, South Carolina. Shalom Yahushua Yahushua Barakatah. Trooper Slagia. Trooper Adam out of Greenville, South Carolina. And you right, Sister Nashama, she said, Slagia, we are known for woolly hair. You are right. We are known for that. We're known for having thick, very curly hair, man. And right, color does matter according to these Bible, man. Right, let's get some more. This fits us, man. This don't fit in everybody else. Right? And these curses are only happen to us because we disobeyed the Lord, man. Right? This isn't something that the Lord just decided to do just because he could do it, but because of our disobedience, for our lack of knowledge, because the oppressor has destroyed us full that we don't even consider of being the Lord's chosen people. Right? but the oppressor has made us to break these law, statutes, and commandments, and even told us that the law is done away with, that it doesn't matter, right? Fuck you. Let's get some more. Therefore, thou shalt serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, and hunger. Right. So when we are hungry, where do we go? To the oppressor's grocery stores, man. We go to his grocery stores in order and buy the food that they have stocked, right? Because we can't go to our own. We don't own the big major corporations, right? And in thirst, where do we go to get our water, man? This water bottle here. I had to go to an oppressor store in order to buy this water, man. They put water in a bottle and sell it to make sure that we go to them and buy it, right? Salakia, which the Lord shall Salakia, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness for the clothing that we want, clothing that we have on our backs, man. We got to go to an oppressor to get it because we don't own the clothing stores. We don't make clothing. We don't own the fabric, but the oppressor does, man. And in want of all things. So in anything that we want, we got to go to another nation to get it, man. Got to go to the oppressor in order to get the things that we need in order to live. Right? And in want of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck. Who has had a yoke of iron put around their neck, man? We did. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indigenous people, we had yokes of iron put around our necks during slavery. What is a yoke of iron? A very large piece of metal has been, crafted to fit around a man's or a woman's neck or a child's neck. Right? It is very heavy. Some of them had bells on them. Some of them had hooks to where it wouldn't come off our head without a key. Man, the oppressor is the devil, man. That yokes of iron are put around thy neck until he have destroyed thee. What is that saying, man? Till he has destroyed us. That's lifted us of our culture, of us knowing who we are. Us beating them beating us down to the ground, man. Feeding us to alligators. Right? Them eating us. Consuming our flesh. Right? Beat our men in front of us, the mighty ones, right? The strong men, what they do? They assaulted them, man, right in front of everyone. Right? What did they do with our women? They assaulted them. Right? That's biological warfare, man. Let's get some more. Verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth. Who is this talking about, man? This is talking about the oppressor, man. As swift as the eagle flieth. Who has an eagle as their national symbol or their national bird? Right? America does. Russia does. Germany does. Right? Egypt also had an eagle as their mascot. Right? And what does America represent or spiritually represent? Egypt. America is Egypt, man. It's also Sodom and Gomorrah. Right? Let's get some more. A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. So this nation that came up against us, man, we didn't know their language. We didn't know English until they came upon us, man. Took us over. Right? Let's get some more. Verse 50. A nation of fierce countenance, what shall not regard the person of old. So they come up against us, man, and tear us down. What do they do to George Floyd, man? George Floyd is telling them consistently, I cannot breathe. I can't breathe. And they consistently sat on his chest with a knee on his back until he asphyxiated. That's asphyxiation. I believe I'm using the word wrong. But they sat onto his chest, right? With no, Salakia. They put a knee on his back while his chest was pressed against the ground. Asphyxiation is where your lungs can't get enough air and it can only expand to a certain point, to where a point they get weak and weaker and weaker until you can no longer breathe. And there's no air being pumped into your body, and then you suffocate and give up the ghost or the spirit, Salakia. That's that's called being an unaliver, man. He was unalived. He wasn't, it wasn't some of natural causes, but that police officer unalived George Floyd, man. Right? Let's get some more. Nor shoe favored to the young. Who was that? Trayvon Martin, man. That oppressor, George Zimmerman. He chased down Trayvon Martin like he was an animal, man, like he was a deer, and hunted him and shot him because he fit the description of some imaginary person in his mind. And he said, they always, and I quote, they always get away with it. They always get away with it. So he took what? Matters into his own hands and unalived Trayvon Martin. That's how you know they don't shoot favor to the young. You also know that Emmett Till. What did they do to Emmett Till, man? They mutilated that young brother. Treated him horribly. Because the woman that lied and said that Emmett Till whistled at her, she lived in Raleigh until her old age and passed away. Yet we consistently die here in America, man. From the old to the young, man, we are unalived. Not only that, it was a young 1-year-old that was unalived by the police officer, by police, man. I forget the city, but he was unalived in a Walmart parking lot. And you telling me that America loves us? That the oppressor, that the police is supposed to protect us when they're the ones that's unaliving us, man? They're the ones that's pulling the trigger. They're hitting innocent lives, man. Taking innocent people. And you want me to be, a part of America? You want me to vote? You want me to be a part of their police force, their military? Let me not get started on the military, man. The amount of racist oppressors that are in the military is unimaginable, man. I'm going off topics. Lock it. Let's get back on it, man. Let's get some more. Verse 52, right? So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be Salakia, shall be evil toward his brother. What does that look like, man? The brother that you see every day, he may give you a look of disgust. Like, what are you looking at? Who is him? Who is he? Why is he staring at me? You know what he do? He unalive you, man. He rob you. He take what you got in your pocket. Because we don't look at each other as something that's great, man. We're supposed to do that. We're supposed to look at each other as something that's wonderful, as great, as another black man here in America that's suffering the way that you are too. So the fact that we unalive each other, we rob one another, right? We're unkind to each other, even though that we're both going through the same oppression. We're going through the same thing. I'm trying to feed my family, you trying to feed yours. We shouldn't do that, man. We should not look upon each other and think you're an easy lick. When in reality, we should lift one each other up, man. Like, oh, brother, how'd you get that? Could you teach me how to do this or how to do that? That's how we start to build brotherly love, man. Sisterly love. That's how we do that. We can't come up against each other and, man, look at each other like trash. We gotta be something that's greater, man. See, Christ said himself, you do something unto the least of my brethren. You have done it unto me, man. So even down to the poor, we can't look at them as trash. Can't treat them like dirt. Because it'd be the same way if Christ is here. Why am I saying that? Because even Christ didn't have a place to sleep, man. So if you seen Christ, you'll probably treat him the same way if you didn't have any brotherhood or any sisterhood, man. You would be a terrible, terrible person to do so, right? Shall be evil towards his brother and toward the wife of his bosom, right? When it mean what does it mean to be evil toward the wife of his bosom? That wife that's in his household, man. We leave them, and then we have single mother households, right? Then we get baby mama drama. The ISUPK is where we fix that, man. Where we teach brothers and sisters how to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, so that way we don't have to experience that in our households. We don't have to split up to co-parent, because co-parenting is Salakia. Co-parenting is not disobeying, but it's like it's a failure unto that child, man, because that child is going to feel like that they are the ones that separated that home, and it always happens like that. Always. Or you try to blame, oh, the father did this, the mother did that, when in reality you should be adult enough to fix the problems. But being that we lack the knowledge and the understanding of these scriptures, man, we have left each other alone in these households. Single mothers have been, running rampant in the black community, Hispanic community, the Native Indigenous community, man. When we should be fixing the households, we shouldn't be leaving our women, man. Let's get some more. And toward the remnant of his children, which he shall lead. Right? I know it's always a racial joke. They'd be like, "Oh, your father went to the store to get some milk and never came back." Those are the things that we experience, man, in the black community, and that's a horrible thing for us to see, especially growing up thinking that we got the greatest mother and father, and then the household separates. When in reality, we should stay together, man. We should never want to leave one another, right? Let's get some more. Verse 56. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, man. Meaning at one point, the women in our communities, man, they didn't even step on the ground. They always had something underneath their feet. They didn't walk on the ground, man. They didn't walk on the dust or throughout the house on what whatever the floor was made out of, man. They didn't walk on it. They had something very very soft upon their feet, man, like flowers or cloth, right? Well, they didn't have to get up to walk around. They could just sit and be pretty, right? Let's read on. Which Slakia for Slakia, her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom. Meaning she'll find any way to swindle that man out of his power, man. She'll find any way to do it, to kick him out of the household, to not be around his children, man. That what does that sound like? Child support, restraining orders, to keep him away from his children, man. Let's get some more. And toward her son and toward her daughter. Meaning she'll look at that young boy and say, "You just like your daddy. You look just like him," and proceed to hate that young man, just like she hates the father, right? And this is like I said, this is something that plagued us in our communities, man. because of our disobedience. These are the things that we experience. Right from a young age, we see it. Right, and toward her daughter, and then her mother, that daughter got that attitude, man. And mother snap on her, beat her daughter, put hands all over her, or just kick her out the house. When in reality, man, you have to learn how to treat a child. You have to treat them to a certain way, because if we don't, we're gonna neglect that child, or that son, or that daughter. And the only way to treat a child is with kindness, man. You gotta learn how to treat a child. Learn when to discipline them, and learn when not to. Right? Let's get some more. Verse 58. And that thou wilt not observe to do all the words of this law that are written in this book, that thou mayest fear this glorious and fearful name, the Lord thy God, right? Which is Yahweh in the Hebrew. Verse 59. Then the Lord will make thy plagues wonderful, and plagues of thy seed, even great plagues, and long continuance, and sore sickness, and of long continuance, man. Meaning these things that the Lord is gonna send against us are gonna be treacherous, man. They're gonna be sore, right? It's like it's like a thorn in the eye, and it's always there. You can never get it out. It's always bothering you. It's always something in in our communities, man. And that's why it's very imperative that we follow this law, man. It's very important that we teach these laws to our kids, because if we don't, this will always continue to happen, right? Verse 64, we dropping down, right? And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people. What does that sound like? Slavery, man. We were scattered across the four corners of this earth. See, black people, Hispanics, and native indigenous people are in Europe, man. We're in Asia, Australia, Africa, right? The Americas, South America, Russia, right? Germany, Italy, right? We are throughout this world. We are everywhere, man. We even got Negroes in Alaska, Antarctica, out there, just doing whatever. We are scattered everywhere, man. Right? You know how you take some flour, throw some flour in the air, flour just dissipate, it go everywhere. That's how Negroes are here in America, man. Throughout this earth, man. We are everywhere. Right? From one end of the earth even unto the other. And thou shalt serve other gods, man. What does that mean? What does it mean that we shall serve other gods? We shall become Buddhists, Muslims, right? Any other nationality, not nationality, but religious sect, a Christian, right? We shall become them and serve their gods, right? Let's go on. Which neither nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. Meaning our forefathers didn't know a Buddhist. We didn't know Buddha. We didn't know Allah. We didn't know Caesar Borgia, which is the Christian God, right? We didn't know them because we had our own God that we followed, and that's Yahweh. That's who we followed according to this Bible. We followed the true living God, not a rock, not some crystal, not some African goddess or some Greek god or goddess. We didn't follow after them, right? Right, and that wood is that what? That cross that the Christians hang up. And that stone is what? The Buddhists, them crystals that they be worshiping. Right? Some brothers and sisters wrap crystals around their neck and pray to it. Oh, say all my negative energy is going into this crystal. And I got this one crystal for the positive energy. I got this one for negative. I got another one for the one that bring me money. I got another one that keep the evil spirits away. That's a farce and a fairy tale, man. It doesn't work. It doesn't. It doesn't work, man. It's just a pretty stone. It just looks good. That's it. The only thing that can save you from evil is keeping these commandments, man. Learning how to obey the Lord. That's what keeps you from evil. Right? Let's get some more. Verse 65. And among these nations shalt thou find no ease, man. You ain't gonna find no rest here in America, man, around the oppressor. You're not gonna find rest in Asia or Russia, man. You trying to escape from your oppression, not knowing that the Asians don't like us either. Africans don't like us either. The oppressor, for damn sure, he does not like us at all. No matter where we go, we're gonna experience some form of oppression, man. In China, I say it all the time. There were black people staying in an apartment building, and those and those Asians kicked them out so that the other Chinese people can move in. They do it consistently, man. And that's the thing that we should all see and understand, that nobody loves black people, man. They don't. Right? Remember, all skin folk ain't kinfolk, which is why I brought up Africa, man. Black people move to Africa and get oppressed also. Right? Let's get some more. Neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. Meaning we're not gonna have any type of rest here, man. We always gonna be on the move. Always. Right? If we're not getting kicked out of our house because we can't pay the rent, we're getting kicked out of our house because the seller sold the house to somebody else. And we can't afford the rent. So now we got to get this place. Right? Let's get some more. But the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart. What does that mean, man? We'll all be fear mongers, man. Be terrified to go outside. Oh, we might get kidnapped. Oh, don't go to this place. Don't go to that place. Something may happen to you. The police may stop you and unalive you, man. Those are the things that we suffer from here in America, man. That's a trembling heart, man. And failing of eyes, meaning we're not going to see no future for us, man. I'll always forever be in the projects, man. I can't leave the hood, right? I can't leave my family, man. Because without them, I'll be nothing. Or without the projects, I'll be nothing. Can't find anything that's better. Can't do anything that's better with my life. Right? And sorrow of mind, man. What does that mean, man? We'll have sorrow of mind. We'll have mental illnesses. And that was plagues the community, man. Our community is plagued with mental illnesses. Schizophrenia, split personality disorder, bipolar disorder. Those are the things that we suffer from, man. Right, let's get some more. Verse 66. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee. The life that we live, man, we ain't gonna know what's gonna happen to it. Oh, that's why we say, oh, I'm surprised I made it to 21. Surprised I made it to 18. I'm surprised I made it past 25. That's where those sayings come from, man. From having our life in doubt, not knowing whether we're going to live or die. Let's get some more, man. And thou shalt fear day and night, and shalt none and shalt have none assurance of thy life. Man, we all know a song called by Tupac. He say, man, I see death around the corner, man. Death is around the corner. Meaning he don't know when it's coming, but it's coming. And there's a brother, I forget his name consistently, but he's saying, man, my eyes is playing tricks on me, man. And that's in a song. The brother is seeing stuff. He's seeing brothers come after him, seeing somebody jump him, beat him unconscious. That's what he's seeing. This is mental illness, man. Our life hang in doubt consistently, man. We don't have no ease, no rest here in America. Right? Let's get some more. Right? Verse 67. In the morning thou shalt say, would God it were evening, or even, Salakia, it were even. And at even thou shalt say, would God it were morning, for the fear of thine heart wherewith thou shalt fear. Meaning we don't know whether you're like, oh God, I hope I make it to the morning. Oh God, I hope I make it to the evening. Oh God, I hope I make it to the night. Man, we have a fear of dying, man, here in this place, because we don't know whether we're going to make it or not. Right? Let's get some more. In the morning, for thy fear in thine heart, whether with thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thine eyes, which thou shalt see. Meaning, whatever in front of us, man, we're gonna be terrified of it, man, because we don't know what's happening. Our life hang in the balance, man. Our lives do consistently throughout this place, man. Let's get some more. Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, man. The Lord shall bring us to Egypt, man, the house of bondage, with ships. What does that mean? That sounds like America, man. Sounds like we were brought into America with ships from the west coast of Africa, right? Because the Africans rounded us up and sold us to the oppressor. And that's something that's not being taught in American schools. Because they say, oh, the oppressor came and, kidnapped us. When in reality, it was the Africans that did it. Africans kidnapped us, Israelites, right? If you look up old African maps, it say Negro land or Kingdom of Judah, right? Because we lived there for, I believe, like 1,500 years or 1,200 years, right? And the Africans came up against us and sold us to the oppressor, man, the European man. And he brought us here and made us servants, slaves, right? Salakia. With ships, cargo slave ships, man. By the way whereof I spake unto thee, meaning exactly how I'm saying it, thou shalt see it no more again. Meaning the way that the Lord said this right here, this is surely going to happen. And you're not going to see your homeland again no more, man. And there you shall be sold unto your enemies. You can be sold unto other oppressors, man. Be sold unto them for anything that they want, right? You shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen. So as slaves, as servants, we were going to be sold to our oppressors, man, to the enemy. That's what we're going to be sold for, man. And no man shall buy you. Meaning no man is going to set us free from the oppression that we face here in America, man. We'll face continuous, terrible, horrible conditions here in America because the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. And we, as a nation of people, have to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, and that's how we will break out of this captivity, man. That's how we'll set ourselves free from this captivity. And then we'll see that the Lord is with us. He'll see fit that he sent his son, Yahushua Hamashiach, to come and get us out of this slavery, out of this slavery, out of this hellhole, man, from and save us from this oppression, right? And with that, that's my time, man. Shalom, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah Brakatah to all the brothers. Shalom, Yahweh Shemal Bashim Yahweh Shah to all the sisters. Shalom, I'll be right back next week, man. Right back on Monday.